Hi Libra, welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Libra, this is your love reading for the starting date today and the very near future is what I put. Like there's no end date to it anymore. I just want to hear your love story, give you your love story for the very near future. But I have started to incorporate the numbers. So today's date is the number 2, the 2nd of April. And I'm using that sort of like as a basis for the reading. So the number 2, like each number carries a frequency. And number 2 is all about conversation, communication, relationships. So it's a perfect basis for your reading today, Libra. So let's see what specifically is going on for you, starting today and for the very near future. But if you find this message and you see that it was recorded like a month ago or something, it is not the very date, it's not the second that is of value here, it's the vibration that the number is carrying that is of value. So, Libra, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for helping this community grow. It keeps growing every day. It's a bit up and down in between the signs. Some signs are so strong, and some signs are just barely beginning. I think there's a balance to it. Thank you also, because I don't know which sign people have, but there's donations coming in and I'm so appreciative of them. So I thank you so very much for them. One more. I hope you're doing okay in this most transformational of times. When there's a moment in time where I will have a bit more time myself, that is way too many cards, Libra. I'm not going to keep those. Yeah, I was going to say I might do a reading with what I've received from my spirit team is going on right now. But let's see where I can fit it, because I do want to get these videos out there. I feel like it's upbringing in nature, and also I'm doing some extra healings these days. So just with a little more time. Where's this third card at? I also want to incorporate the shuffle in the reading, because it's like the first 2 cards just popped out immediately, and then it takes a bit to just get this final piece, this final thing into place. So there might be something, that's going on in your life where the groundwork is laid, the foundation is there, you know what you want, and have started to move in the right direction of what you want. But it's that final puzzle piece that it's going to take a tiny bit longer, apparently. Is that it? No. It's getting close. It's getting close. I feel like it's getting organized. For you guys, that is. There you go. It's getting organized. I'm using the Archangel Power Tarot cards. Beautiful. Wow. And I do want to say, when you look at the cards, you will see that the image is being reversed. Don't ask, the program does that right now. So drawn to this middle card. Wow. I'm actually going to just start right there. And this so much reminds me. It makes me think that because when I look, not that it matters, but now when I'm looking at this card, there's another card in this deck that has either it's ridiculously similar in how it looks, or they've used the same background but shifted the foreground. Is that meaning to that? We're using the same background. You're using the same background, but there's a shift in the foreground. Can you say foreground? It's a shift in whatever like going on right now. We're having the same, we're taking the same with us. So immediately this could be a story for some of you guys, some of you Libras, maybe not all, but for some of you Libras, that, let's look at this first. We have the 2 of Raphael, so that's what I mean with the cards being reversed. The number 2 of Raphael, and we have the number 2 as today's date. So it's a strong emphasis on 2. So maybe you're seeing 2s, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, something like that. Like I said, it's all about relationships, communication, conversation, and all of that. And there's something about like keeping the background. So what I've seen in another card, I had another card recently, like the background here with the clouds and everything, and it sort of doesn't even show when I do, well, maybe. There's like no, because that came in from that side, so it might not be the same, but it's amazing that I pick up the same thing. It's like a dove does a crash landing, not that it goes to south, not that it goes bad or anything. It's just that like this humongous dove is about to just fly into your life and bring peace and calm and I want to say justice for some reason. It just shifts everything. If everything was a bit up in the air, if everything has been a bit stressed, a bit, you don't know where to go, you don't know what to do, this bird is sort of like a symbol for just coming in to bring peace to your life, bring satisfaction. And with this awesome card, it says on the bottom, 2 hearts dedicated to creating something wonderful. Kindred spirits, don't give up on those you love. So I feel, and it is a phoenix rising, but the phoenix rising is laying on the beach. It's like, and it's wish fulfillment there. There's so many things in this card, maybe not in this card, but so many things that wants to come through. Like, so this is a phoenix rising, laying there on the ground, on the beach. And the fact that it's laying there on the beach, it just speaks about, yes, it's been quite the journey, guys, to get you to this place. It could mean, because it's a general reading, it's so hard to know which one it is. So I'm just gonna grab hold of those that comes through. Sometimes I want to attract you guys so that it sort of becomes 1 or 2 stories, so it's not too confusing. Because obviously you can do a story for you guys that has like 10 different angles, but that's not going to be interesting for you to listen to. But there's something about whether one story could be that you've had a phoenix rising background. Phoenix rising meaning you've been brought down and maybe trampled on, and maybe like, don't kick the person who already lays, as we say in Swedish. Like there's been tough times, and it might be with the very person. It might be with the very person that you're with, or it just is it's showing that this has been going on in your life. The phoenix rising is there, but it's like you're learning to, I mean, there's some people who've had a phoenix rising in life, which means it's just been tough times, truly tough times. And it doesn't even have to involve relationships. It can be just overall a really tough time. In Libra, it's like something about, because I would say most people, including myself, not to sound arrogant, like even I, but including myself, I feel honestly that I come a fairly long way on this very awakened and spiritual journey. And I've had definitely the phoenix rising story. And you know, you come to this stage where you understand that the phoenix rising story is only there for you to grow, to be and become this master that you now are. And at times, it's so tough to sort of leave that behind, to not validate yourself, or to not be the victim or be the martyr, like you want to tell people how you got there, but it's not interesting how you got there. It only activates how you got away from it. Not activates how you got away from it. It activates what you got away from. It's like it doesn't matter anymore. What matters is who you are now. And I think that a lot of people, they still want to sort of dive into the past. They want to tell their story, maybe, and they're like, no, I'm not trying to repeat anything. I just want to explain it to you. And not understanding, by explaining, they're sort of they're reactivating things into the life again that does not need to be there because it's a done deal. Libra, there's something about you, and you probably know these people around you, and even more so because you're so freaking good at, you understand. So he wants to show, you understand that it has been a Phoenix rising story here in the background, and in your past, but you really don't care. It's like the Phoenix rising is resting on the beach. That is a good analogy. Like even the Phoenix rising doesn't need hanging on the wall. It doesn't need a monument. It doesn't need, how the biggest martyrs have those, monuments and statues and whatever you have. Like they killed. Anyway, it's something about you, Libra. You truly just have stepped into this master ship, if you can call it that, and you really have left something behind. Either that is you coming into this now relationship, or this is the relationship that you're already in, that you guys have had such a tough past. And there's something about you being able to just really put that behind you. Or you're being asked to really put that behind you. Give the Phoenix rising a rest. Give it a rest. Literally, give it a rest. Let it rest here on the beach. Let it soak in the sun. Let the past find a new path. The minute we go to find something from our past, we have to rethink it again. We have to recreate it again, because the past is never the same. That's why two people rarely can remember the same situation in the same... It's like, that's not what happened. Yes, it is. And there's something about you wondering whether I can't talk today, whether coming together with this person again, if that really is gonna work. Is it really gonna work? Can I put all that behind me? Can you guys truly... Wow, it's so windy here. Can you guys truly put it behind you? Can you put it behind you and sort of take whatever fruits that came from the very situation that you've been through? And it also feels like there's something about, you've had a tough time, maybe through other relationships than this person coming in. So there's why I say there's several stories going on here. You've had a tough time, like in the past, and it's like something, it sparks it again. Spark is too positive, but it sort of reminds you again, as soon as you make a new connection with somebody, it's like you sort of somewhat open that door again, open that box again, and remind yourself what happened in the past. And it's like you don't want to go down that road again. So you're really careful about what you prefer these days, and what you let in and what to not let in. And so there's, in either case, you're being asked to let go of the past, of the past Phoenix rising story. And what is coming through here, I mean, obviously, Libra, you have to listen to your own gut feeling. You have to listen to your intuition. But there's a reason why you're drawn here today. Maybe you're a bit confused whether to go back to a relationship that you feel like, who in their right mind would go back to that type of relationship? And I'm here to say, sometimes the biggest growth is really to walk away. Even if somebody has been really shitty to you, or you've been really shitty to them, or the combination of the two is just not good. There's so much value in having different opinions, having different takes on things. But when should I say this? When you lose focus, okay, this is taking a bit of a turn here, but when you lose focus of who you truly are, like when you're in connection with yourself, when you're in pure alignment with your person and your higher self, your person and your soul, person and source, however you want to put it, there's really nothing that can affect you. Another person's comment, another person's shortcomings, another person's not being in alignment does not affect you, and vice versa. Whatever you're doing to somebody else, it does not affect them whatsoever if they're sort of in connection with themselves, if that makes sense. So then if you have varying differences, then if you have like bring different stuff to the table, it is just yummy for a relationship. But if it has taken a toll on you, if you're not being asked to step into a war zone whatsoever, you're not asked to step into a war zone, but there's something about sometimes the biggest evolution, the biggest growth, the biggest lesson is to walk away, and that's your learning. And sometimes, and I feel that is just, and maybe Libra, that's why I started out saying, oh my God, some of you guys out there, some of you Libras actually have managed to put the past in the past and really do not look at it again, but you understand the place, the position that it has put you in, and now you can use that position that you're in now. You've given the Phoenix Rising a rest. It's resting there on the beach. And your biggest lesson now is to actually choose the same relationship again. But now, coming from a completely different viewpoint, standpoint, perspective, being so in alignment, so in a connection with your inner truth, with your guidance, with your spirit team, that you could literally meet anybody. And I'm not saying, like, the feeling that I'm getting here is that you're not supposed to go back to a war zone, and then because you sort of can't stay so much in alignment or in a connection with your higher truth, it doesn't matter that they beat you up. That's not at all what I'm talking about. This is if you feel drawn to go back there, however much you want to go elsewhere, and you think about other people, and you think about clearing them out, or you cut your cords, and you've done everything, and it's like your inner guidance is still leading you back there. You still feel a pull to go back there, and you might think, I'm out of my mind, or maybe you're very well-meaning friends or well-meaning family that has seen you suffered tell you, if you dare to say it out loud, I think I want to give it another go, might say to you that you are truly stupid. You're stupid if you go back there. You're not stupid to go back there, because there's no going back. It's going forward with what you now, like the version of you now, what you've now become. I mean, it's the first card and I'm 18 minutes in. This is so important for some of you guys. It really is worth talking about. So there's something about coming together in spite of your past, coming together because of your past. And only you know the biggest payoff here, the biggest evolution, the biggest mastery is whether to walk away or whether to go back, go forward with this person. Then in this card comes like a completely different story. And that is almost like, I feel like some of you guys are having a long distance relationship. You're having a long distance relationship. And I mean, basically everybody's having distance relationships right now. Let's call them distance relationships, because it really doesn't matter how far apart we are. If we're apart, and you'll feel it. And there's something about this card saying, do not give up. There's a price at the end of the tunnel. You're going to see the light again. Keep the connection. Like, it's so beautiful how you just lightly touch the other person. It's just that connection to just stay focused and stay with the other person, even though how hard it is, how tough it is, that like it's just not working for me anymore. It's not, it's like, sources coming through here saying it's like, hang in there. It's going to be worth it. At the end, it's going to be worth it. And you guys have now practiced the intuition part of yourself, the almost telepathic thoughts that you have. Like you might write to each other or talk to each other somehow, and you've started to understand that you see each other in your dreams. You're starting to have the same dreams. You're reaching out over like non-physical. There's no physical contact. It's a non-physical, non-verbal contact, and you still really feel the other person. And that goes such a long way. It's just practicing your mastery even more. It's gorgeous. Two hearts dedicate to creating something wonderful. Kindred spirits, don't give up on those you love. And goodbye. It's like, it feels done there. Then we have 3. Number 3 is all about passion, creativity, joy, fun. It's Gabriel, so there's talk about children, there's talk about your inner child. Gabriel comes out to say your inner child is sort of tended to, but if some of you guys just needs to hear that your children is being protected, your children are being guided as well. Gabriel is around them. But other than that, your ship is coming in. Like this is a huge payoff, whether this is you leaving a relationship and that was your strong, like that's, you've maybe felt so I try to describe it as some of you guys feel codependent and your biggest payoff then is to walk away. Then your ship is coming in with something else. It's like the payoff is there, really. And if you're one of the people who have decided, I'm gonna give this, I don't want to say another round, I don't want to say go back, I don't want to say even let's try this again, because there's no again, there's no going back. There's only what you now know. It's almost like you're meeting a brand new person, because you're a brand new person, you're a brand new vibration and version of yourself, and therefore you will attract something brand new from your person. So this is your ship coming in, should you choose to go down that route. If this is you being in separation right now, the ship is coming in. Like we're getting on that boat or plane or however you want to get to this. I only get this song, Get Here If You Can. I don't care how you get here, just get here if you can. Railway, anyway, however the transport is gonna happen, the ship is gonna come in. You're gonna see this person again, you're gonna see the light at the end of the tunnel. On the bottom it says prosperity arising from wise planning, time to take the next step, optimistic plans that turn out as expected. So it just tells you to keep moving forward with what you want. No matter what your story is, keep moving forward with what you want, and just continuously have a connection to your source. Just make it your main priority, make it your main focus to just really be in connected mode at all times. And like for instance, if you're in a distance relationship, it's not that you're missing your person, it's that you're missing the connection with yourself. Always, always, always. So you lost the connection with yourself. So actually, you could sit and feel really whole. You could go into meditation or listen to music or do a little dance, however it is that makes you sort of come into alignment with yourself. Do that and then think about your person, and you will find that you'll have so much more to share with each other instead of being focused on you sort of feeling a bit disconnected from your inner self, from your inner guidance. And then you use your person as the reason why you feel disconnected, and that's just not true. And also it teaches you how it teach you know it when you're using this person. It's a good thing, because then you know when you're out of connection. So it's all good basically. And then we have Page of Ariel. Ariel is my love angel. It's so freaking windy here. It's unbelievable. And yeah, I mean, I didn't speak about the Phoenix Rising here, but it was quite obvious. The Phoenix Rising came in here with the ship and the sails, and then we have a big Phoenix Rising there. But now it's talking about how, because it's purple behind it, so the Phoenix Rising is all about how you've grown spiritually. You've grown spiritually to a degree that is beyond, and you can see that by all the books that are here. You gathered so much information. You ended up being this masterful person now due to your Phoenix Rising story. And it's like it teaches you, if you've chosen, it might not feel like you've chosen it. It's like I can't help who I fall in love with. I can't help that I met somebody then and they are this far away from me, or they are or that we're now in, there's a lot of people in countries that are isolated and in quarantine and all of that. Like, you didn't choose that. It feels like that wasn't your choice, you know? But there's something to it, always something to it. And the fact is that it is happening right now. That's the situation right now. And you have all the information now. You've gathered all the information. The lights are on, like the light bulbs, they can just, go off one after another if you're staying connected. Your biggest mastery, your biggest spiritual growth is going to happen due to everything that you choose. Like your source knows where you're going to find the biggest, most inspirational, most educational, most wise, fun, loving growth and path possible. And if that is through distance, to somebody, that's where you find the biggest growth. That's where you find your biggest connection with your inner team. Then that's what you're going to choose. If you find that through going through some really tough times, to then separate and then say, you know what, I am worth more. I'm worth more than this. And you have enough information, you have enough wisdom, and source just sort of guides you to come this way, and you say yes, no more, then that is your biggest, that is your path. If your path is to go back, to go forward into this new version of you and this person, then that is what you've chosen right now, because that is leading you to the biggest spiritual awakening. So I feel like the spiritual awakening, the spiritual growth, the purple underneath this Phoenix Rising is the reason for the choices that you made, where you might argue and say, that's not a choice. That is not a choice. I didn't choose that. I would want to, but you did. On some plane, or you chose pure bliss or pure happiness, and your spirit team knows going through this situation will bring you there. Then you will go through that situation, and that's what you're doing right now. I'm going to go into the extended and just pull more cards and see where this story goes. It's really profound, and I can feel how you're working with your feelings right now, how you're feeling either like you're missing a partner, or that you're so, maybe not so confused, but it's like on one beautiful day you're thinking, sweet Lord, I'm not going to go back to that relationship, and it feels so good. And other people are like, oh my God, I really love them, and actually my connection with my spirit team and who I am is actually going to have me go forward and meet this new version of them. And I feel like you're somewhere in between there. So take your time. Can we have a finishing off card for Libra? So just a finishing off card here for you guys, and then I'm going to go into the extended. If there's something in this reading that resonates with you, the extended probably will resonate with you as well. Sometimes it doesn't in this YouTube reading, and that's the telling. If this doesn't resonate, the extended probably won't resonate with you either. I just want to be honest about that. Some finishing off card here, please. There you go. Just wow. Okay, so I'm just gonna sum them up, and then I'm gonna bring them in with me to the. Oh my God, the weather here is just crazy. But look at these. King of Michael, the world and perspective came out, and it's like, however you look at it, it's like the world is number 21. Doesn't look that way, maybe. And then the perspective is number 12, but it's like 2, 1, 1, 2. It doesn't really matter. It's conversation, communication, relationships, and new beginnings. And it's like, yeah, you can come from it from this direction and go at it this way, or you can come at it from this direction and go at it this way. It doesn't really matter. What feels good to you is what you're gonna do. It's 2 purple borders, so it's all about growth, the spiritual growth, and the world is here. Like, you're getting perspective of this, you're gaining perspective on this, you're making the right choice underneath the world, which is beautiful. There's a happy ending, a very happy ending, coming full circle, spiritual growth and insight. That sort of sums everything up. And underneath this King of Michael, which I'm drawn to the most, it says wisdom and objectivity are important now. Wisdom and objectivity is exactly what I've said. Stay in your integrity, stay in your connection. A situation that calls for honest and open communication. You know what you're doing. You practice. You have your gear here. You have your rustning, as I would say in Swedish. You have your castle in the back, like you're protected, you're guarded. Not at all. You're protected. It's just lost in translation, the translative word from Swedish. You're on this beautiful path with all these flowers around you, and that there's the dove. Peace, hope. It brings so much peace to you. It's like we can't escape the Phoenix rising there. Okay, guys, I'm going to stop there. I'm going to end it there. And I'm going to move into the extended. So if you want to listen to that, please come there. If not, then I hope to see you back in a week. Take care, guys. Bye.